Beard Wizard family, beer enthusiasts, and everybody else who stumbled upon this channel. Welcome to our second round of the Battle of the Beer Advent Calendars for 2023. If you are new to this, last year I did a Battle of the Beer Advent Calendars. I took the German Beer Advent Calendar that Kalia puts out that you can get at Costco. Versus a beer advent calendar my sister-in-law picked up from Aldi's. Germany won. It wasn't a surprise. There were some decent beers in the Aldi's box, but for the most part, Germany was whooping them, hands down almost every single time. So this year, we decided to pit the German champion versus an Illinois, specifically an Illinois microbrew advent calendar that we picked up from the Lodi tap room here locally. Now, price point wise, the German beer advent calendar was like $70 at Costco. Excuse me, I'm trying not to sneeze. And the Illinois beer advent calendar was about $100. So hopefully it's worth the money, but we'll see. Before we jump into that, though, be sure to subscribe. Check out the video description below for ways to support this channel. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But especially click that red subscribe button and join us. Now, just like last time, I don't want this to just be me tasting beer and telling you what I think. And obviously this is not, trying to slide up here a little bit, this is not a scientific review. I took day one from each box, which they're different styles of beer. And obviously, if you were really doing a beer review, you would do the same styles of beer. This is just in general, what do I think about each box, its value, what comes out of it, etc., etc. And this is more for fun. Yes, I am a beer snob. And I'm also partial to my German heritage when it comes to beer. So keep that in mind. But I am going to be fair with the Illinois beers. I also want to give you a little bit of background. This is, again, not just me tasting beer and telling you what I think. So if you watched last year's battle, all 24 days of it, then you'll know what's going to happen next. We're going to take a look at the two beers, where they come from, and we're going to talk about the styles, etc., etc. So up first, we have this export, trying to get the glare, there we go, from JB Falter. It's called an Export Hell. Now, sometimes you'll see this style of beer pronounced Helles or spelled H-E-L-L-E-S or just sometimes H-E-L-L. Same style of beer. The other one from Obscurity Brewing is Shoot Your Eye Out Nitro Extra Special Bitter. Now, I thought I'd never had a bitter before. Turns out I have. I just didn't know that that's what it was also called. So we're going to talk about that as well. Now, JB Falter, here's where things get a little unfair. JB Falter was first mentioned in a first documented mention was in 1649, a few months after the end of the 30 Years' War. A civil brewery was founded at the gates of the market. The first brewer was Lorenz Geiger. And then the history goes on to talk about Johann Baptist Falter, eldest son of J.B. Falter, brewing operator in Drachselried, began brewing beer in 1924 in region, in the Least Pfeffer Brewery in Poschesride. Probably didn't say that wrong, but there's a lot of history on the website all the way back to earliest mentioning in 1649. So this brewery has been around a long time. And the style of beer, the Helles style of beer, is a pretty traditional German style lager. It's generally very crisp and clean, pale in color, kind of clear. It's just a very straightforward German lager. It's one of the more common styles that you're going to see out there. Now, Obscurity Brewing, they're out of Elburn, Illinois. I could not find how long they've been around, but I don't think it's very long. They're actually a brewer, a meadery and cidery, and a barbecue joint. So I really need to go visit this place because all of those things come together. Some of the best things I love. I make mead. My wife loves cider. I love beer, and we all love barbecue. But in their Get to Know Us, it says unleash your inner beer enthusiast at Obscurity Brewing, where craft beer and wood smoke barbecue collide. Nestled in downtown Elburn, our cozy brewery boasts a mouthwatering menu and a picturesque blah, 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 blah. So, and then, like I said, they also have a mead hall and cidery, which is really cool. I definitely would like to go check that out. Now, an extra special bitter is really an English style pale ale. Well, English style pale ale ESB. This is also a nitro. So these are typically dark. They're typically bitter, hoppy. Sometimes, not my favorite. I'm not a fan of English style pale ales. So we will see how that goes. Welcome whoever just joined. And we'll talk about that when we get to it. Man, there is a super delay on the preview stream versus where I'm at in the thing. Anyway, this is a live show too, if you didn't notice. All right, so here's our German Helles. It is a little foggy for a Helles, but it still looks pretty crisp and clear. And this is our extra special bitters, our English pale ale. Now it's called a nitro, which if you're familiar with like Guinness, the way that works, that's a nitro. They're generally not carbonated. They've got like a creamy sort of head. They have to separate. You notice when you pour a nitro, you generally got that separation that goes on. This one did not have a widget in the can, which I'm used to with nitros. So we'll see how that works. All right. So, I didn't have my palate cleanser in here. Oh, well, we'll be fine this time around. All right. So we're going to start with the Helles. I don't think I'm going to need a palate cleanser. Again, I don't like English pale ale. So here we go. Cheers. Prost. That's very good. That's very good. It's a little richer than I'm used to from a traditional lager. It doesn't have that just straight beer flavor. I like that a lot. It's really clean. It's smooth. It's not real sharp with the carbonation. I like that. That's a really good beer. I would definitely drink that more. It's also new. It did not come in last year's box. So this is, I'm going to check that too, is did we get it last year versus is it new this year? This is a new one for this year. All right, the extra special bitters. It's very dark. It doesn't have a really strong aroma. Welcome whoever just joined. You know what? Surprisingly, it's not as bitter as I expected. It's not as hoppy as I expected. Wow, that's actually pretty decent. I'm shocked. I expected to hate this one. I expected this to be the first, like right out of the gate was going to be awful. And I don't love it, but I'm surprised that it's not terrible. I thought it would be really bad. It's still kind of bitter on the back end, but I think the nitro, that creaminess of the nitro kind of cuts some of that that bitterness you would normally get with an English pale ale. I'm kind of surprised. I'm actually shocked that I like that. But one more go. Yeah. Yeah, I think by a slight margin. We're gonna have to go with the German one this time. This is your winner, the JB Falter Export Hell. The aftertaste of the extra special bitters is just a little more bitter than I would like. It just sticks with you a little longer than I wish. This has got a much cleaner flavor, a much fresher flavor. Yeah, I like that one a lot. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Whoever's here, let me know what you think. My buddy Jeremy is playing along at the home game. I announced that earlier a couple months ago. So in the event you did buy into the home game and you're playing along, let me know what you think about the beers, and I'll do the same next year. And we'll be back tomorrow for day 2 and so on until Christmas Eve when we do the last one. There was something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, and stay tuned for a rocky ride. When I pulled the beers out of the Illinois box, whoa, some of them are gonna be rough, and I know I should give them a shot, but boy, some of the flavors that people come up with, I don't know why. I do not know why you would do something like that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. Everybody who was here. Leave me a comment, like, share this with your friends. Come back tomorrow for day 2. And don't go too far because I'm going to try to give you a music review here in just a little bit because it's Friday. Thank you so much. I'll see you again soon. Much love. Bye.